quarterfinals will get underway starting now, which means I am closing predictions. Refresh it once to see if there's been any new ones. Let's see, 6 predictions in, including the second one from Akko, so really there's 5. I'm now going to close the predictions by officially starting the tournament. Let's see if I can actually see what the predictions are. Am I allowed to see it? Yes! I can see what everyone thinks, whoever everyone thinks the winners are. Including, I think, who the champion is. Huh. So the 4 winners for the 4 matches and the champion. I can see that now. I'm not going to say what everyone has picked, but interesting. Interesting. I can very much see why people went with those. Okay, but the tournament gets underway with the quarterfinals. I've already selected what coliseums we're going to go to in these quarterfinals. In this Twitch livestream, we are going to do the 4 matches. Between matches, we are going to do something fun, and after the stream as well. For now, let's get these quarterfinals started. Akko, the winner of Group A. VanGrants, second place in Group B. Just 1 match. We're only gonna do best 2 out of 3 for the bronze match for 3rd place, and for the final. For this first match, Akko vs VanGrants, we are going to, for the first time to Magma, first time to Stargazer? Neither. It's Sunset Coliseum. Did I actually click Sunset? I think I did. Yeah. Sunset Coliseum, where I think have we been there once? Yeah, only been there once. That was Kimono vs Auka in round 1. Oh wait, I forgot to change the Anything Goes rule. I almost forgot. The rule needs to be different. And we can't change this in Anything Goes. So I need to check what the rules are and then change even one of the other rule sets. So Anything Goes, that's the same. Entry Pokemon, no restriction. So basically 6. Time limit for 1 battle, move selection, no restriction. Same Pokemon on the team allow, even though that doesn't happen. Identical hold items, yes, that's necessary. 2 or more Pokemon to be put to sleep on the same team, I'm fine with that. Same with freeze. If all Pokemon faint due to explosion or self-destruct, the user loses. That'll be changed to yes! Ties were possible with that, and that actually happened once in Akko vs VanGrants in round 2. But now someone needs to win, someone needs to lose. So that's going to be changed. Parasong Distant fail if used by the team's final Pokemon. That's going to be yes. Although, if it's a double battle, so 2v2, what happens then if it doesn't still fail if it's used by one of the 2 final ones? Or if it's not really the final one, then... Huh? That works. I guess I'm going to change that around. I'll take rule 1. Pokemon's level. Anything goes. Number of entry Pokemon 6. Time limit for 1 battle, no restriction. Move selection, no restriction. So this way we can always use it in later games. There's always going to be 6 entry Pokemon, and I don't expect that to be different at any point. And Pokemon's level that way, we could make them level 30 at some point. We could make them level 100, because I think everything's 50 in this tournament. Let's say Pokemon a team. Sure. Right now it wasn't enough for this tournament. Maybe for a later tournament I might want to do that. Allow Pokemon with identical hold items. Absolutely yes, because everyone has a Leopard Berry. That's fine, because it's purely based on luck. All Pokemon fainted explosion self-destruct user loses. Yes! First time this one fail. I would say yes, because then less chance of a tie. Although I feel like user of Destiny Wonder Parasong should then lose, but let's do this. Fixed damage moves always fail? No, that's only disabled in. Rename to no restriction and no max of 6. No, the 6 was exactly 6. I think. I'll check again in a second, but otherwise, yeah, the no restriction and max of 6 is the same. But I think I put 6 because then if that's exactly 6, then I can't make the mistake of accidentally putting in less. I did that for one of the matches. But then I reset it before the match actually got into it. So Metronome, top cut. Number of entry Pokemon, yeah, that's exactly 6. So you can't put in 5. You have to put in it. You have to choose exactly 6. Okay, those are the rules. The game will be saved. I am fine with that. Metronome top cut. Still doing double battles. Akko, let's go. Versus from Group B. VanGrants. Akko's legendary dragons. Against VanGrants of the Oracle Knights. Leader of the 6 God Generals. And all of his Pokemon being based on them and their battle style. The first through the 6 division commanders within the Oracle Knights will be in the battle. Or for one of them, I guess, her Liger. That being Ariana, because she doesn't really fight herself. Oh, I forgot to do something! It's not that important, but I just remember that I wanted to do it. A few more seconds before we get started. Can I reset it now? No, it doesn't look like it. Let's see. Find Akko's team. Because when I put in all these Pokemon, every Pokemon had the same Pokeball, had the same item, but also was obtained in the same location, which is sort of like a hometown or home area for the player. Which of these seems Akko's? Because these are not in group order. I randomized them afterwards. You got Atias, so your Pokemon are from... Ooh, Trophy Guard. And then VanGrants. Okay, yeah, I get it. Timer, yes! Good one, thank you. Hadn't actually opened that yet. Thanks for reminding me. Setting up the timer. Like that. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the quarterfinals of the Pokemon Battle Revolution Metronome Tournament. This first match will take place at Sunset Coliseum. Introducing first, hailing from the Trophy Garden, the winner of Group A, Akko! And in the red corner, hailing from the Pokemon League, second place trainer from Group B, VanGrants. Ready? Fight! Let's go.
The sight of Pokemon
Adios,
sunset,
adios, Largo, and Dist. Quarterfinals are officially underway. Starting with a false swipe. Just a little bit of a hit.
It hits.
Are we gonna see poison points already? Maybe? Not quite. Here's Metronome from Adios. Oh, this is not starting off for Akka! Lunar Dance turn 1, no! And the others still get to attack!
Is sent out.
Oh, Akko, don't do a repeat! Don't do a repeat of round 1! I just think there was a Lunar Dance or something like that. If there's an Ice Ball on the opposing side now. If the opposing side now gets Ice Ball.
It keeps dealing damage.
That would have been a super effective hit with Pin Missile on Latios. But VanGrants will obviously take this Lunar Dance. Weather Ball.
It's being ganged up on.
Critical hit. Decent damage. There's no weather going on. So it's not double in power.
Some serious damage. However, this battle is
Speaking of weather, I think it was... It's in one of the matches with the Tyranitar. I think in round 2, maybe round 3, that was the first time ever I saw a Rook-type Weather Ball in this game.
Latias starts to attack.
Woodhammer, very good physical move. Remember that Adios used strong physical moves pretty regularly through Metronome. Well, that's a 4-times resisted hit on the Rose Raid. Also Poison Point. There is actually Poison Point now. It's looking even worse for Akka, because that's going to be 1/8 of the max health of Latios damage per turn. But there's a Dragon Pulse from the Big Dragon.
Such amazing
Over 3/4 of damage to that Absol. That's big. If Woodhammer would have been on that Absol, that would have been a KO right there. But Adios aimed at the wrong Pokemon. Psych up, copying the positive status changes, I believe, of or every. I think, but I'm pretty sure it's just positive. That's something I'd want to look up. Slack off, Absol. Well done, healing off half his max HP. So being back to around 3/4 after that Dragon Pulse. Adios taking 1/8 of max health as damage. I'm actually not going to look up what Psych up does now, because I don't want to look up things too many times in between turns, because I don't want to make it wait for the next turn, especially in the YouTube video. Ooh, Fissure, but it missed. But also Psych Up didn't do anything here, because there were no attack or any stat increases or decreases, so it doesn't matter. Ingrain on the Rayquaza! So sure, they might have lost a Pokemon to Lunar Dance, but Ingrain is a huge move, especially on a Pokemon that's still a high health and has good defenses. Critical hit superpower though. It's resisted, but it's a critical hit and strong move, so still pretty big damage. Now, VanGrants would want Largo to also aim at the Rayquaza to get rid of it before it can get a lot of use out of Ingrain. Meditate, increasing its physical attack. So attack increase for Absol, attack decrease and a defense decrease for Rose Raid after that superpower, and 1/16 of the health added to Rayquaza, while 1/8 is lost by Latios. Latios is already gone. Latios will not be appearing again in the quarterfinals, or would Akko lose this, not be seen again in the tournament. We're far from done. Double slap, more physical moves from Latios, 3 hits, pretty good. Doesn't have to be afraid of any of those 3 hits causing Poison Point, because that's already poison. That's the case. Nature Power, and in this place that turns into Earthquake. Very good from Rayquaza. Good. That's the Colosseum actually can matter. That Earthquake is huge. Big damage to Largo. Takes out Rose Raid, and it doesn't hit Latias due to the fact that it has Levitate as the ability. Sunset Colosseum being important. We don't see it often. We see it sometimes, and this time that was a very useful move. I'm gonna check in between turns what we can see, what we can get from Nature Power. Meanwhile, Night Slash with increased attack stat after that Meditate that Latias is going to. Incoming info on Psych Up. It copies any stat change. Thank you very much. Stack is already in the battle. Here comes Uray, the Giratina. So, even though there's big damage on Largo and the Rose Raid is gone, it's still a lead of 5-4 for VanGrants. Intimidate, active, lowering the attack, Giratina, and Rayquaza. Let's see. Water Evolution. Earthquake is only in Sunset. There's 3 color schemes with Rock Slide, 2 with Seed Bomb, 1 with Hydro Pump, which isn't Waterfall. Waterfall, Seed Bomb. I think we've seen that before. And then 4 color schemes with Tri Attack. But that includes Lagoon Coliseum, which you can't access because we can't do Wi-Fi battles. Although I've understood that there is a way to actually make the Wi-Fi battles happen. With your own servers and things like that. But I haven't looked into that much because I'm not too interested yet. But that is something I want to look into in the future. Poison Fang from lowered attack, but that can badly poison a Pokemon. I know, because Poison Fang is actually one of the Gym TMs in my Emerald ROM hack that I'm working on. Light Screen from Arietta. That's nice, although there's been a lot of physical moves from Akko's side so far. Bide. Defensive Pokemon. They can take quite a few hits. It's a good tank. Light Screen again, sorry, that's a bit much. That doesn't stack, Absol. Just keep in nice slashing. That was a huge, real good move.
Both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next?
Bite can be really useful if Pokemon aim at it, because Giratina is a good tank, can deal good hits, can take a lot of hits. And there comes Ice Fang, that's super effective. As long as Giratina isn't KO'd, the more damage Giratina takes, the better it might be, especially if the Bite hits Arcanine. Because it can hit Absol as well if it's still out there. Meanwhile, another try for 1 KO move from Akko. Didn't work. Like, the Bite attack might go on Absol, but Absol doesn't have that much HP, so it's not worth as much. Ooh, Snack poisoned. So Ingram heals about 1/16, but that poison is going to take it down 1/8. So that is basically 1/16 damage every turn effectively, because the healing is first.
This could get dangerous if it lasts too long.
Alright, Bite is going to unleash, but because it was called by a different move, Metronome, it uses Giratina's normal speed as opposed to Bite going first in priority. Doesn't take out Largo. Alka would have really liked Largo to go down to make sure Bide hits into Arcanine. The Arcanine is the only one so far that has hit Giratina. Does that matter?
Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Does that mean that Bide would then always go for Arcanine? I don't know, but it hits Arcanine. The Ice Fang comes back with double power. That's a lot of damage to VanGrants, so... Remaining Pokemon, VanGrants is the lead, but they have 2 weak Pokemon. Thunder Punch, still from an increased attack stat. But it's resisted by the tanky Giratina. Bit of healing from Snack. But then the poison damage is bigger. Snack is on a timer. But Largo and Arietta both have low HP, so assuming Giratina will survive for a couple of turns, Rayquaza, Absol, and Arcanine are all pretty likely to go down very soon. Soft-boiled, more healing on VanGrants' side after being hit by a big move. Bide this time on the Arcanine. We've seen, was it Moonlight or something like that on the soft-boiled maybe as well from Absol after it got hit by Earthquake from Rayquaza. Uproar, this generation is only 50 power, but it's a bit of damage that adding onto the timer that Snack is on can mean an earlier KO. In addition, due to the fact that Uproar is now active, Pokemon can't fall asleep. So something like Rest will fail, like Yawn will as well, and Spore I think, because Pokemon can't sleep. But because Rest will certainly fail for at least 2 turns, because I think it's between like 3 and 6 turns that it can go on. Rayquaza can't rest. It can heal with soft-boiled, morning sun, things like that, but it can't rest to fully heal and get rid of the poison, which is probably a move Akko would really love to see. Nightshade after the lock-on. Well, that certainly hit. Absol down 4-4 in terms of remaining Pokemon. That is a tie. And with Absol gone, the Uproar is gone, so rest would be possible once more. Sucker Punch doesn't work if you're going last. Light Screen's worn off. Wasn't that effective. If at all. Were there any special attacks? There must have been. Yeah, here comes Lagretta. Lagretta, the 4th Division commander within the Oracle Knights.
In terms of the number of remaining Pokemon, it's an even 50-50. Who will break this balance?
Fast strikes, fast hits from Lagretta. Let's see what they can do. Lagretta moves first. Sucker Punch. I still don't think that works if it's called by a Metronome. It just fails even if they go first. Snack is second. Still with a lowered attack stat, remember, from that Intimidate, and Rage isn't going to do much. So in the previous 5 turns it would have been either the lowered attack stat or Light Screen affecting the move, so for that opponents it didn't really matter which type. They used Razor Leaf, not much damage. Crit and Giratina. Giratina resisted less. But it's something. Rage is building on Rayquaza, but unless Rayquaza gets healed this turn, that's not going to matter, because Poison should take it out, even with Ingrain, I believe. I'm pretty sure that has less than 1/16 of its health left. I think it was Ingrain here, but I think Poison might just take it out, or if it's like a 1 HP survival. It's not. VanGrants back in the lead 4-3, and because Arcanine healed itself, it's more healthy. It's very healthy Pokemon on VanGrants' side too. What do you think, Akko? How are you feeling about this so far? What are you feeling about your chances? What? Lowering the defense of Palkia might be useful. Actually, both until it gets both. Bubble, that's stab. It's both. Super effective on Arcanine, I guess, but it's just Bubble. Also spread damage, so that's weaker. Still Bubbles, I think it's only 20 power in this generation. I think it was Gen 6 when it was changed. Charm. Lowering the attack stat of Giratina even further, it's now -3 stages. You know, Palkia's lower defense. So -3 attack, -1 defense on Giratina, and just the -1 defense.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next?
Wait. What move was it that was just used by Giratina? Someone in the chat remind me, because I saw it do like some kind of spooky move. Disable, I was gonna say, it wasn't like taunt or anything.
The trainers haven't given their
like Nightshade without damage, but it was disable. That's very good then, because now Lagretta has to struggle. Does mean it's a physical move. 50 base power physical, and with both opponents being affected by Tail Whip, that can actually deal pretty good damage, also because Weavile is a strong physical attacker. But it's better than getting hit by like Ice Punch or Night Slash. So it can work both ways, and it's 25% of Weavile's max health damage every turn.
This is the only thing it can do.
It's decent damage though. It's not much even without it. Defense drop, so Akko probably wants to keep Weavile alive. It's not as much damage. No, Weavile's dead. Palkia's like, you don't hit me. No, it missed the third triple kick. Triple kick's a very interesting move because it hits 3 times, but each move has an individual chance to hit, and as soon as the one misses, the rest doesn't work. So here, the first one and the second one will have worked. Third one missed, otherwise Weavile would have gone down. So it's looking like Weavile is not going to go down to its own struggle next turn. It's not going to get a chance. Giratina with Facade, even with the 3 stages of lowered attack, takes out Weavile. Tie again at 3-3. Akko not allowing VanGrants to take much of the lead. After Latias struck itself out, it was basically 6-5 battle, and since then Akko has done slightly better, I suppose. But the lead that VanGrants has, VanGrants making very good use of. Pearl being asleep is very useful here, and the stat drops, especially in Giratina, are useful. Let's see how long Pearl will stay asleep. What Arcanine and Lucario can do. Can Sync do anything? Magnet Rise, so if another Nature Power or Earthquake or Dig comes in, Arcanine can dodge that for 5 turns. I think that's 5 turns anyway. Jump Kick. Connects, but -3 attack. Not much damage. It's something, but it's not much. Metronome. Spikes. Not that great of a move at this point in the match. Only one Pokemon still coming in. I think that, from the top of my head, that's Dialga. So Dialga will be affected by spikes, so that's 1/8 of its health as damage. I think it's 1/8, 1/6, 1/4, depending on the amount of layers of spikes. Calm Mind on Arietta. Okay, increasing its special attack and special defense. Facade doubles in power if the Pokemon who uses it has a status condition. That is indeed correct. That's why Facade can be very powerful in combination with something like a Flame Orb or anything like that. Ooh, special attack increases for VanGrants as well. Yeah, Facade is competitively a very interesting move. You don't see combination with it too often, but ooh, this could be very big if it's a crit. It's not. The 3 stages of lowered attack meant that Sync the Lucario survives easily. But Cross Jump, if it hits, it does have an increased critical hit ratio, making it, I think, a 1 in 8 chance to crit. If that would have happened, not only would have that dealt more damage to Sync, just the double damage, but it also would have ignored all of the attack drops, so Sync would have been down, and that crit would have actually given Aqua the lead. Pearl woke up, wasn't asleep for that long, I think 2 turns. Defense Scroll wants to get that defense back to normal after the tail up, so that's the only stat change it has is nothing, because it wasn't on field with Intimidate. That was still Rayquaza. There's -3 attack on Giratina, and -1 on defense. Now also -1 on accuracy. VanGrants really wants to see special attacks from his Pokemon. Arcanine with 1 stage increase. Lucario now with 2. Sandtomb is a special attack, yes, but it's not one that does a lot of damage, although there's residual damage every turn. Force Bomb, another fighting move from Giratina on Lucario. As long as that doesn't crit, Lucario is pretty safe, but it's still a fighting move, which is super effective.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's going to take the glory?
In terms of remaining HP, it's actually looking better for Akko now. Bide. Ooh, if that Palkia gets hit but survives, that could be huge. Smokescreen though could make Bide miss. I'm not sure if it can miss. Both Palkia and Giratina now with an accuracy drop. There's 1 stage, but it's still 1 stage, so normal things that can hit. They always hit. Now miss. Snore. Yeah, that's never going to work in Metronome because you're always going to be awake and use it. Icy Wind. That's a special move at double power. Super effectively hits Giratina. Lowers both of their speeds, so Arcanine and Lucario will very likely move first from next turn onwards. Does deal a bit of damage to the Palkia. It's not much, but it's a bit of damage that will be hit. That Bide will hit back. Remember, Sandtomb damage is still there, so just a little bit of more damage on Giratina and it will go down. Palkia did move before the others, I believe, but now with that speed drop, remember Bide does go on Palkia speed because it was called by a different move. Sing! 55% accurate, I think, or maybe 60, I think it's 55. There's that grass whistle. Either way, putting Palkia to sleep, so I think that cancels Bide? Embargo, I don't think Embargo matters much because they're not really close to using their item yet. Initially want to combine that with Spite. But I think that cancels Bide. And the fact that it just puts Palkia to sleep, which gives it less chance to attack. Electromagnetism worked off. Also freed from Sand, so this is going to be electro damage. Palkia is asleep once more, which is very good for VanGrants. They need that Pokemon to be disabled. Dragon Breath with an increased special attack, 1 stage. Super effective on Uray, but Uray is a tank and survives it. Just 1 more turn of Sandtomb might have been enough, but it already broke out. 1 more hit on Giratina for the lead. Supersonic misses.
The move can't hit hit the opponent.
Palkia stays asleep. Giratina tries a track that doesn't work.
The battle rages on.
So suddenly I would say it's looking slightly better for VanGrants, but it is a nice and close match. That is what I like to see. A nice close match here as the first match in the quarterfinals. Recycle trying to get its item back, but it hasn't been used yet. We're close to it, but we're not quite there yet. Fake out, yeah, that doesn't work. I wonder if Fake out would even work if it's called in the first turn of Pokemon's out. Metronome, Palkia's up again. Double Edge. Is it normal attacking power, but it's resisted. Decent damage. Takes some damage itself. VanGrants wants to take care of that Giratina quickly, especially before it heals. Beat up. There's going to be 3 hits. None of them too big. So the combination is decent damage, just like the double edge from just now. What can Sink and Arietta do? One good Earthquake from Akko, and it's only a 2v1 scenario. And VanGrants is not looking good. There's Metal Burst, that doesn't work if you're not going, if you haven't been hit yet. Right, ran out of power points, Leopard Berry activates. Sink, we take a Giratina. Fire Blast, but that goes towards Palkia, which is 4 times resisted. Still decent damage with the nasty plot that Lucario does have absolute double damage. And it's nice to damage the Palkia. It'll need to be taken down at some point, but there comes a Stab Water Pulse in the Fire type with a crit. Akko leads for the first time this match. 3-2. Ooh, Uray. Unless you're going to do something stupid, you survive this turn. Aurora Beam, not going to do much, it's resisted. But the little bits of damage on Sink through Aurora Beam, through Double Edge, through very much resisted Force Bomb are adding up, and you see Sink is only at 14 HP. After that, it's going to be 2v1 versus Ash. But Pearl doesn't have that much health. Uray is at 5, the tiniest bit of attack, as long as it's not a tackle or any other normal move, which doesn't work on Ghosts. As long as a little bit damage just hits Uray, that's gone. And Palkia isn't too far away, so one good hit will take it out. Double special attack from Sink, Embargo, it's already active. Doesn't matter. I wonder how close the others are to power point, being out of power points. Here's the Crab Hammer on Giratina. Giratina's not going to get a turn. Not going to get to move. Critical hit, that was unnecessary. Let's Giratina go and bring the score back to 2-2. And the final Pokemon, when they do come in on Akko's side, does take 1/8 of their max health as damage due to the spikes that were set up quite a few turns ago. Palkia Mineral Acid Armor improving its defenses. So now it's a double physical defense, and with Palkia only having 1 weakness, that being Dragon, something like Dragon Pulse or Draco Meteor would be awesome. There's a lot of moves that are often special, fire, water, are resisted by Palkia. Alright, final 2 Pokemon on both sides. Here comes Dialga. Dialga and Palkia versus Lucario and Zangoose. Pearl at pretty low health, Sink at very low health. Yeah, you're right, Scorpio. This battle can go either way. And it's not a best 2 out of 3. One bad move, and you can lose. If you lose, you're out of the tournament. You will have reached the top 8, but you'll be out. Sink goes first, because remember, Palkia is still lower in speed because of the Icy Wind. Tries Sonic Boom, but misses. Sonic Boom can affect Pokemon, but even if it hit, it was only would have only been 20 damage. Leaf Blade from Zangoose, that's big. Ah, double defenses though. Could have done more. And Leaf Blade does have a higher crit chance. That critical hit would have taken out Thunderbolt. It's on Zangoose, major damage, half of its health down, but I think VanGrants will be happy it hit Zangoose as opposed to Lucario. Because otherwise Lucario would have been down and would have been a 2v1 scenario. You're going to return though. However, I think everyone has 0 friendship, so that's 1 power. Basically the weakest move that actually damages. Weaker than Constrict. Constrict is 10 times as strong as that return in terms of power. Because Constrict at least is 10 power. No one has any friendship in these settings.
So that was one power. Assurance. Special moves on Palkia. You have doubled special attack. Akko, your internet turned back on. Welcome back. It's 2v2. It's been really close. You've been behind for most of the match after a turn 1 lunar dance from your Latios. But you were able to take it back slowly. VanGrants had some amazing moves against beat up. Just 2 hits. And Palkia now with that double defense, even though its defense was lowered originally with Tail Whip. But defense scroll plus acid armor that works amazingly well against the beat up, against the Leaf Blade, the assurance from the physical moves. Otherwise it would have been gone. Sludge.
Nicely done.
It lives. Poison. Yes. No. No, because I think it actually has the immunity ability. Although I think it probably has guts. Thing is, 2 HP on Zangoose, 14 on Sync. Akko, you came back at, I guess, the right time to see the results of your quarterfinal. VanGrants had the lead for most of this match, but you took it back near the end. What's gonna happen? Iron Defense is useless at 2 HP. You want to attack now? Yeah, I don't think I've actually seen Frustration at any point. In this, I've seen Return like 3-4 times. I don't think I've ever seen Frustration. Yawn. I was gonna say this. That was like an animation for Thunderbolt or things like Frustration is basically the more your Pokemon dislikes you, the bigger the damage. And Friendship level is literally 0, so that is 102 base power. Frustration, making it stronger than Flamethrower and Thunderbolt in terms of base power. Glare doesn't work, doesn't get paralyzed. Burn on Dialga, and this generation that's 1/8 of its maximum health, so that's very nice. Also halves its physical attack stat effectively, but with how low the HP are on Sync and Ash, only a very weak resisted move on Sync like Constrict or Return will let it survive. Attack your dump, yeah. Any decent attack, especially one that hits both opponents like Earthquake or Surf or Muddy Water, we do it. Spatial Wind! Finally the special move, and it's a dragon as well. Palkia down by its own attack. Oh, that was a 2v1 scenario. High health for, pretty high health for Dialga, very low for Lucario and Zangoose. I say that, but here is the Moonlight, and remember, that's still a doubled special attack. Lucario due to Nasty Plot, 2 increased stages. Ice Fang, that's gonna take out Zangoose. Even without the critical hit. Zangoose had +2 defense. Dialga had effectively its own attack half, so that's only a quarter of what Ice Fang would have normally done without the crit, but that would have still dealt 2 damage. 1v1, about the same health, but Lucario was asleep because there was a yawn from Dialga last turn. In terms of percentages, it's about the same health. Burned Dialga, which will not go away. That's 1/8 of its max health as damage every turn, so Lucario will be happy that's there while it tries to wake up quickly. Actually, Sync has no Steadfast. It has flinching abilities, not something like Early Bird. Sync will want to wake up early. We've seen pretty early wake ups from Palkia both times. I think turn 2 and turn 3, or both times turn 2. Miracle Eye makes sure the dark side of Lucario can get hit by Psychics. Lucario is like, I don't mind, because it gives me an extra turn to wake up. Also, it gives Dialga an extra turn to get hit by
the end of the battle is
Burn.
closer by the minute.
So VanGrants will take that. Any good move can finish it. Early wake up. Are we going to see a special move or a sphere for the finisher? It's Ember. It's normal effective and its special attacks to double damage. Actually quite a lot. Roar of Time on Dialga would be extreme, but like Flamethrower would be it. Hydro Cannon! This could be it! I thought VanGrants would take it, but Dialga brings it back! That was ridiculously close! I love that! Amazing match as the first semi-final. Quarter-final, I mean. That could have definitely gone both ways. Wow. First turn Healing Wish from Latios, putting the advantage in VanGrants' court. 2 really good heals on from VanGrants after their Pokemon got damaged badly. Palkia, even though it was put to sleep twice, woke up both times pretty early, and it's improving its own defenses through Defense Scroll and later Iron Defense after being hit by a Tail Whip, turned out to be very important because they get hit by an Assurance, by a Leaf Blade, and by another physical move, which without those defense boosts wouldn't have survived, and then Aqua probably wouldn't have won at that point either. Leaf Blade also increased chance of critical hits from Zangoose. That critical hit would have definitely taken out the Palkia. That was close. Lunar Dance. What it as a healing wish? It does the same thing. Palkia being offed by his own signature moves kind of ironic. I can see that, yeah. Some of Aqua's comments, attack you, dumb dragon, come on, roar of time. And then when the wind came in with the Hydro Cannon. Yes! Way too close for me, was sweating. Alright, that was a 29 minutes, 58 seconds match. 2 seconds under half an hour. That was pretty hectic. That was pretty hectic. Alright, 1-0, it's entering in that bracket, which knocks out VanGrants. Only one person from Group B remaining, that's Kimono, who we'll see in the third match. Akko moves on to the semi-final, where they will face the winner between Darid and Flash. And I'm thinking of not doing that match yet, of doing Kimono versus Aukis GF first, or, because we've already seen Group A and B, to play the fourth match first. So we'll have someone from C and D fight next. And it won't immediately give the reveal of who Akko's opponent will be in the semifinals, so building a little bit more suspense. I think I'll do that, actually. Damien versus Matt. I was thinking Damien versus Matt, yeah. I was actually thinking Damien versus Matt. But then, for YouTube, it'll be the weird order. I want to do Damien versus Matt. Then I guess for YouTube, I need to edit in what the bracket is. And then point out, hey, I'm doing this match. I think I'll do that, but I need to remember for when I do these YouTube videos.